Private investigators, what was the most disturbing case you've gotten? I hired a PI for the work I do. We were trailing a man who we believed was committing fraud. His home address was a burned out trailer, so we had to find where the guy actually lived. PA follows him one day and ends up in this abandoned industrial site, but loses sight of the subject. Upon further research, the PI discovered that this land is in fact owned by the subject. So he went back, found a discreet spot to set up shop, and began more surveillance. PI is waiting and watching when one day a clown emerges from one of the buildings on the property, gets in a vehicle, and drives away.
A clown car? No.
Right. He gets in with like 30 people. Apparently, the guy had multiple side hustles, including working as a clown, doing face paint, etc. at a local carnival, all while living on the property of an old abandoned industrial complex. I remember hearing all this and thinking, what in the Scooby-Doo? Seeing a clown out of context is always really scary. I can only imagine what the PI was thinking, but like...
So I'm guessing he emerged in the daytime in a clown outfit.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah. I wouldn't go to an abandoned industrial site at night. That's
so he was
nuts.
just
But he was also committing fraud,
low-key.
I guess. Huh?
Well,
No, he owned the property. That's the creepy part. Like, what do you this is like some John Gacy shit. He's a clown doing God knows what else in that
but he really
building.
So was he really doing fraud, or did he just have multiple side hustles that they didn't know?
They just were trailing him for fraud, and they just were like, "Oh, what's this place? I'm gonna stay here." Blah blah blah. And then he came out as a clown. They were like, "Yo, what the?"
So it's not. So it probably wasn't fraud, but they didn't know how to track his funds. So you know how some people, you have to account for where you get your money from, and if you can't, they'll investigate you. So I wonder if his shit was just like, how is he getting this? How's he getting this shit? So his shit must have been
Unless
like
one of
under
his
the
side
table.
hustles was fraud, too, like
Money laundering.
Right. I don't trust people who are still clowns.